Good morning, grade 7s. Welcome to our IS lesson for today. The questions you see right here are the ones that we discussed in class today. If you happen to miss class, please take time to answer these questions in complete sentences, have them in your notebook, and ready to show me when you join us for our first class the next first class we have together. Very easily. We talked about simple things like the different things that make maps interesting, how one dot, which represents a city, holds a whole bunch of people and cultures and languages and ideas and all these things. That's why I find them interesting. We thought of different maps maps of the ocean, right, maps of the desert, maps of the city, maps of the grocery store, all these different kinds of maps. So there are lots of different kinds of maps. And then we also discussed why every world map is wrong. And I don't have my ball with me right now, but I usually use that to discuss it. One of the problems we have when we study the world is our maps, flat maps from a paper from the atlas, the book that you have. They're always wrong. They are always there's always one part that is misrepresenting everything, and so or skewing, making something bigger than it really is. And so the simple answer for this is that we're taking a picture of something that is round and trying to make it flat. It's like trying to peel an orange and have that orange peel lay perfectly flat and square after you've peeled it. It won't work. There's always going to be parts that are different. And so when you have a map in your atlas, they take a picture of the world, zoom in, imagine your camera, and they're taking a picture, and it's either focused on a certain continent, an ocean, or whatever, and that will be accurate. But as you can see, the outside of the picture begins to stretch or get smaller based off of the perspective of the camera. And so we, in class, if you missed it, we discussed how they're wrong and why an island like Greenland can look on the map to be the same size or bigger than South America or Australia, when really it is an island off the coast of Canada and North America. And then why North America looks to be the second largest continent, where Europe looks bigger than other ones. And that's just all about perspective, how the picture is taken, and many other things. But that's the simple answer. And so you cannot judge a map by how it is. Globes are great. I have one in my class. We'll use it in the days to come, but that's what we're going to start with. So today, this lesson is very short. I hope it's short. It won't take very long for you, but you will be putting these into practice. And so, let's get started. There are 3 different maps, and you need to put these maps and these 3 different types in your notes. Why? Because you will be creating each and every one of these maps hand-drawn on your own in this coming quarter. So there are 3 different types of maps that we will be focusing on in class in this unit, and those 3 are physical, political, and thematical. Maps, okay, they are information, okay? They are like a book. They are like a radio, a movie. They're communicating something to the audience. And when you are in my class, we're learning about maps. You are the audience. What is this map telling you? The map doesn't have a voice. It doesn't consist of paragraphs explaining everything, but it gives you the information in a very unique way based off of physical things, political, or thematical. So let's dive into a physical map. How do we identify a physical map? Well, it's pretty simple. I stole this image from Google, I think, and it is a physical map of North America. Now, a physical map shows you the physical characteristics, shows the natural features of the land, the ocean, or the place. And so, as you look at this map, you can't tell the difference between Canada, the US, and Mexico, and Guatemala, and other countries, because this map isn't trying to communicate the other elements or those things to you. It is communicating to you the geographical features, the physical features. It's showing you where the Hudson Bay is, or the Gulf of Mexico. It's showing you where the Rocky Mountains are, or the coastal mountains, right, or the Alaskan range. You can find those things, the rivers, the Mississippi rivers, right, the Great Lakes. You can find those things there. The islands, PEI, Newfoundland, Labrador, right? You can find those places based off of the physical features. Finding it, okay? The land, the desert, those things are all portrayed through physical maps. Physical maps show you what's there. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can lick it, you can smell it. Okay, that's what a physical map shows you. Now, a lot of maps have the physical map and another one included, and we'll get into that a little bit more later. But that's the physical map. A political map. Okay, a political map is taking things or taking a physical area and showing you um, the politics of that area. The political map does not mean these are Democrats, these are Republicans, these are independents. No, it's showing you where there is governance. Okay, it's showing you where is their organization amongst the human species and society. So here, this map, same continent, okay, but it's showing you a political map. It shows you the boundaries between countries, the boundaries between states. It shows you capital cities. It shows you major cities. It's showing you the things, right, that are there. I can't go to Texas and taste the ground and see that it's Texas, right? I can't go to New York and be like, oh, I know I'm in New York because I can see these trees, right? Now, there's certain things that are like the Grand Canyon, you know what state you're in then. However, this is not that. Political boundaries, they show you when you are under a different governance, different. You know when you're in Mexico, when you have gone past the political boundary of Texas or New Mexico and Canada, right? These are political. They're all based off of governments and people organized societies. Now, the last one is a thematical map. A thematical map takes the information from the place and shows it in a unique way to help you learn more about it. A theme about a place. I know I'm using that, but a theme could be, and we have an example here, right? The U.S. population density by counties. So we have we have the state outlines right there. We have the county outlines, but what this map is showing us and its purpose and priority is to communicate to you where are there a lot of people living in the United States. So red boxes represent 250 more per square mile. Okay, for the orange parts, there's 50 to 250, right? For the light gray, right, there's 10 to 49. The other one, there's less than 10 per square mile. Where the county I'm from in Canada, there's 0.6 person per square kilometer. So much smaller. I don't even know if it fits on this map. However, it's showing you, you can go and you can find an area of North America that has more than 250 people living per square mile, right? You can identify some on the West Coast, on the East Coast, and some in the middle. Typically cities, right? There's not very many farmers, unless it's the Amish or something, who have that. So this is thematical. This could also be something showing you the where there's the most grizzly bears living, right? Where's the most rice grown? These could be things like clean water versus non-clean water. These can be which part of the United States cheers for this NFL team or basketball team or hockey team. These maps are used to communicate a theme. A theme can be anything that isn't political or physical. Okay. However, with this, a thematical map must always, I better get this right, always contain an element of the physical or the political in order for it to communicate the thematical. So There's a lot of maps out there, and a lot of maps are physical and thematical, or physical and political. However, you can have some that are just one or the other. And so um, there's a lot of them. There's a lot, or there's three of them, and then there's different combinations of all three. Now, oftentimes there's a question of, well, how do I know if this is thematical or political? Well, if it's telling you the governments in that area, check. It's political, right? If it's showing you the physical features, mountain ranges, oceans, those kinds of things, there's a physical element. Check the physical. It can be more than one. If it's showing you something that isn't in those two categories, then it's a thematical map. Okay? I think of the one for Taman Safari. It's got the physical map where you can see the lions and whatever, but it's also got thematical, right, where you can check out to see where's the food at, those kinds of hot spots. And so I I don't know what else to tell you. Those are different types of maps. For the rest of this lesson, I need you to identify on three different maps. You can find these on Google, copy and paste it into a Word document. Three different maps that have, there must be one that is an example of a physical map, one that's an example of a political map, one that's an example of a thematical map. For extra credit, you can find a map that has all three, include it in a Word document, submit it to me and manage back. Bon voyage.